December council meeting to order. Thank you all for being here. We've got two members, two alderpersons who are unable to join us this evening, who are excused, Alderperson Steve Koth and Alderperson Jim Stack, and we'll move forward. So thank you for the rest of you for being here. It's kind of lonely up here, so I'm going to make sure everyone's with us this evening. Head count almost. I'm sorry? Maybe. It's be warmer. Move into item number 3. I invite you to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a silent prayer in lieu of invocation. Item number 4 on our agenda this evening is the recognition of former District 1 Alderman Chad Worrell. Unfortunately, due to a scheduling conflict, Chad is unable to be with us this evening, but he did ask that we do hold this in January, and so we'll recognize that this was no action taken and it'll appear on our January council agenda. Moving to item number 5, the oath of office for District 1 Alderman Lee Thao. Sue, I understand you're going to come up here and administer the oath. Lee, would you mind coming around to the front? I probably need my microphone.
Okay, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Lee Thao, having been appointed to the office of District 1 Alderman, swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin, and will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability, so help me God. Congratulations.
All right, thank you for that, Sue, and congratulations, Lee, again. Moving to item number 6 on our agenda is the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. It's attachment number 1 in our packets. Alderpersons, what are your wishes regarding the minutes of the previous meeting?
I move to accept the minutes.
We have a motion to approve by Kellogg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Dolan. Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, I'll move into a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. Moving to item number 7 this evening is the explanation of the visitor speaking procedure. Individuals wishing to address the body may do so on an item that appears before our agenda, in which you'll be invited to speak at the podium. Make sure that the microphone is on so we may pick up your comments and direct your comments to the body. You'll also need to be recognized by a council member to do so. We'll move into item number 8 on our agenda, which is my report. Good evening, Alderperson, city staff, and residents here watching from home. As with each month's report, I will highlight some of the many items that crossed my desk or I partake in following the last council meeting. Shortly after our last council meeting in late November, we took city departmental leadership staff on a field trip to Sand Valley Project in the town of Rome. We spent the afternoon on a Friday touring the site and taking in all what is going to become Sand Valley. It's obviously a very impressive project and one that will have without a doubt, major impact on our community. And I think all of us, including city staff, were amazed at the extent of that development and encourage others to continue to watch that development. In fact, just this last week, they had a nice feature on the Gulf Channel that was quite an eye-opener. That's right here in our backyard. We met with the DNR, city staff and I, on riverbank designs to discuss some challenges or aspects that we may encounter as we proceed with the preliminary design of our riverfront, and obviously from DNR perspective, from flooding and wetland and some other concerns. We also received a closeout report on that project, and we're working with staff and reviewing that right now, and anticipate that we'll have in a near term meeting some further discussion on that project, as well as some potential phasing on how we proceed implementation of it. I attended the Future Wisconsin Economic Summit last Wednesday with members of our local Chamber of Commerce here, as well as people from around the state, where we heard from the governor as well as CEOs from around Wisconsin to talk about talent, recruitment, and retention of people and workers in and around the state. Very interesting to hear many of the same challenges we experience right here in our own community with employers that are struggling to find talent to fill vacant positions in their own firms. We just recently finished screening the airport manager candidates and hope to have a person seated here very soon with an announcement in the coming days, let's hope. Last week, the Industrial Development Committee met to pursue a sale of property in the West Side Industrial Park. I believe it's on our agenda this evening. If not, more of an FYI from, yes, it's under number 10, to support an expansion happening in the West Side Industrial Park, as well as an option to purchase some additional adjacent land for future expansion for them. And in full holiday spirit, 2 weekends ago, the Mayor's Council on Beautification and other partners held the inaugural Christmas tree walk at the museum. Over 700 people attended over 2 days and was a tremendous success. And special thanks to Sue Wesley from the Mayor's Council on Beautification, Encourage Community Foundation, the museum, and other community partners and volunteers who worked and sponsored trees. Finally, it's our last meeting before the holidays, and so I want to wish our community a happy and safe holiday, Christmas, and a Happy New Year. As always, I hope you find value in sampling of what my weeks consist of, and I encourage residents to subscribe to my community update online and catch variations recorded on RCCA Media. With that, we'll move into item number 9, the appointment of Wisconsin Rapids Election Board workers for 2016. This is attachment number 2 in our packets. Council members, what are your wishes regarding that?
I move to accept the appointment of the Wisconsin Rapids Election Board workers for 2016.
We have a motion to approve by Scott. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderperson Ferkey. And move into discussion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that passes. Move into item number 10 is the report of the Industrial Development Commission meeting held December 10th. Minutes here. The Industrial Development Commission meeting met at 9 a.m. on Thursday, December 10th in the third floor conference room here at City Hall. Members, myself, Todd Ferkey, Lee Albrecht, Heather Gigi, and Tom Breyer were present. Member Larry Jorgensen was absent. Also attending were Adam Tagan, Sue Schill, and Fran Podvin. In open session, the Commission voted to go into closed session under Section 1985, Parent 1, Parent E of the Wisconsin statutes, which reads, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. There was a motion by Albrecht and second by Ferkey to go into closed session. A roll call vote, all voted in favor. In closed session, the Commission considered an offer from Manila Gorilla LLC to purchase approximately 1.7 acres of city property, parcel number 3400933, and obtain an option to purchase the remaining 5.4 acres of said parcel. There was a motion by Ferkey and second by Albrecht to go into open session. It was moved by Albrecht, second by Gigi, to sell the western 1.7 acres of parcel 34933 and provide an exclusive 18-month option on the remaining 5.4 acres of said parcel to Manila Gorilla, subject to the following terms: purchase price of $6,500 per acre, the option price of $6,500 per acre, with contingencies that an exclusive option on the 5.4 acres shall expire 18 months after approval, unless an extension is approved by both parties. Existing gravel vehicle use area shall be paved within 5 years or at the subsequent sale or expansion of the facility. The purchaser shall combine the properties through a CSM, and the purchaser is aware of and will comply with the West Side Industrial Park covenants. That motion carried unanimously. I provided an update on the item 3 was a Central Wisconsin Economic Development Revolving Loan Fund update. I provided an update on the status of CWED. After an audit by the fund of HUD, the moratorium on loans has been lifted. However, all loans will once again require compliance with federal rules, and local approval has been removed at this time. Item 4 was Industrial and Business Park Property Status and Strategies Update. Adam Tagan provided an overview of the remaining city-owned parcels within the West Side Industrial Park, Rapids East Commerce Center, and Woodlands Business Park. Also covered were strategies to gain awareness of city properties such as growrapids.org, the TIF funding, and Certified Sites program. There was a motion by Gigi, second by Bry, to adjourn, and that motion carried. Alderpersons, what are your wishes regarding the Industrial Development Commission meeting held December 10th?
I make a motion to approve and place on file.
We have a motion by Ferkey. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Kellogg. Any discussion on the report? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Item 11, Standing Council Committee Reports. Item A is the Finance and Property Committee meeting held December 8th. Alderperson Dolan.
Thank you, Your Honor, City Council, City Staff, those here present, those at home. The Finance and Property Committee met at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, December 8th, 2015, in the third floor conference room at City Hall. A list of other attendees is on file. All members were present. Item 2, a request was made to purchase IT server hardware from RMM Solutions. It was motioned by HEP, seconded by Thao, to purchase IT server hardware from RMM Solutions. Motion carried. Attachment 1. Item 3, a request was made to purchase a new phone system and related hardware from Solaris. It was moved by HEP, seconded by Thao, to approve the new phone system and hardware. Motion carried. Attachment 2. Beverage operator applications as listed. It was moved by HEP, seconded by Thao, to approve the licenses. Motion carried. Item 5, audit of the bills. The committee audited the bills. It was moved by Dolan, seconded by HEP, to approve voucher number 61553 to voucher number 61874, motion carried. Item 6, para A, an open session. It was moved by Lee, seconded by HEP, to go into closed session under section 19.85, para 1, para E of the Wisconsin statute. Roll call vote taken, and all members voted in the affirmative. Motion carried. Para B, in closed session, the committee discussed negotiations regarding an aquatic center partnership with the Southwood County YMCA. No action was taken. Item C, in closed session, the committee discussed negotiation parameters regarding the purchase of properties in the downtown area. Motions were made in closed session regarding those parameters. Item 7, the committee adjourned in closed session. Terry Dolan, chairperson, Greg Hepp, secretary. Finance and Property Committee also met tonight at 5:15 p.m. in the first floor conference room at City Hall. All members were present. A list of other attendees is on file in the clerk's office. Item 1, the meeting was called to order by Chairman Dolan at 5:15 p.m. Item 2, authorize a city-initiated community survey on aquatic preferences. Motion by HEP, second by Dolan, to proceed with a community survey on aquatic preferences with PB&A, with city staff to work on the questions. A grant will be pursued through the Legacy Foundation, and any balance will be paid by the city. Motion carried. Item 3, in open session, motion by Thao, seconded by HEP, to go into closed session under section 19.85, para 1, para E of the Wisconsin statutes, which reads, deliberating and negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Roll call vote taken, with all members voting in the affirmative. Motion carried. Item A, in closed session, the committee discussed negotiations regarding the purchase of properties in the downtown area. Item B, motion by Dolan, second by Thao, to return to open session. Motion carried. It was motioned by HEP, seconded by Thao, to enter into an agreement with LCMS Limited Partnership to purchase the property located at 130 2nd Street North for $100,000. Motion carried. Motion by HEP, seconded by Thao, to enter an agreement with Charlie Sports Bar LLC to purchase the properties located at 111 East Jackson Street, 310 First Street North, and 320 First Street North, for $2,080, $280,000. I wanted it for $2,000. Motion carried. Item 4, motion by Dolan, seconded by HEP, to adjourn. Motion carried and meeting adjourned at 5:50. With that, I will look for approval for both of these minutes.
There's a motion to approve by Dolan. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Kellogg. Move into discussion. Anyone wishing?
We can't get it for $2,800? No.
Hearing no further discussion, move into a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. We'll move into item 11B, which is the Public Works Committee meeting held December 1st. Alderperson Rayom, floor is yours.
Thank you, Your Honor. Public Works Committee met at 6 p.m. on December 1st, 2015, in the first floor conference room in City Hall. All members were present. Also attending was Alderperson Ferkey. List of others present is on file in the clerk's office. Item 1, the meeting was called to order. Item 2, the DPW report was reviewed. Item 3, the draft 2016 construction schedule was reviewed. Joe Terry presented the schedule, noting that WWLC has planned to install a raw water main utilizing a combination of water and light forces and contracted forces rather than utilizing city staff and equipment. Joe also pointed to the ordinance and statutes provisions which state that water main installation is under the supervision of the Department of Public Works and that future discussions are needed for coordination on the raw water main project as well as future water and light projects. Dale Shademan, Water and Light Water Superintendent, briefed the Public Works Committee on the intention of the utility to purchase a backhoe that could install the half-mile of water main. Jim Borski noted that the construction schedule is light for 2016 and existing crews and equipment would have the time necessary to assist Water and Light with the raw water main project. Item 4, the current engineering department project schedule was reviewed. Item 5, Steve Koth, council referral on large trucks in residential areas. Alderperson Koth referred this issue so that residents could have a chance to speak and also to see what progress has been made since the motion was made in August to make corrective actions. Alderperson Koth noted that safety was a major concern, having trucks in residential areas. Bill Pawlowski, 1051 Washington Street, spoke on the increase of truck traffic in front of his house and the damage that was caused on his property. Fritz Link, 1021 Baker Street, noted the number and speed of the trucks. A progress update for the Public Works Committee is planned for the January meeting. Item 6, review the request of the institutional renters at 331 12th Avenue South to consider a special exception of Chapter 7.03, Parent 1, to allow regular garbage pickup at the location. This item was resolved prior to the meeting. Item 7, the referral list will be reviewed at the January Public Works meeting. Item 8, there was a motion and a second to adjourn. The motion carried. The meeting was adjourned at 6:52 p.m. With that, Your Honor, I move for adoption of the report.
Motion to approve by Rayom. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Kellogg. Any further discussion on the Public Works Committee? Seeing and hearing none, moving to a vote. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that passes. Item C, Human Resources Committee meeting held December 1st. Alderperson Ferkey, the floor is yours.
Thank you. The Human Resources Committee met December 1st, 2015 at 4 p.m. in the third floor conference room at City Hall. All members were present except Alderman Stack. Also present were Beth Buchanowitz, Julie Berger, Tim DeSorcy, Kurt Hoyer, Randy Jans, Dave Kirkman, Alderperson Steve Koth, Tom Rayom, Karen Madden, Jake Mathias, Nate Revlin, Mayor Bruink, and Scott Young. The meeting was called to order at 4:01 p.m. by Chairman Todd Ferkey. Item 2 was a request from Police Chief Hoyer to discuss a need for a narcotics detective in the police department. No action was taken at this time. This item will be brought back to the January Human Resources Committee for further discussion and possible approvals. Item 3 was a request from Fire Chief Kirkman to add a third tier of 3 full-time firefighters. A motion was made by Alderman Kellogg and seconded by Alderperson Ferkey to approve an additional tier of 3 firefighters. The chief will track and include the financials in his monthly report, and the HR committee will review the annual financials and the performance by February 15th, 2017, and each year thereafter to approve continuation of that tier per the attached standard operational guideline. That motion carried. See attachment 1. Item number 4 was a request to approve the 2016 Health and Wellness Operating Plan. A motion was made by Alderperson Furkey, seconded by Alderperson Kellogg to approve the 2016 Health and Wellness Operating Plan as presented by the Human Resources Director. That motion carried. See attachment 2. Item 5A, in open session, the committee may vote to go into closed session pursuant to the Wisconsin State Statute 19.85, para 1, para E, deliberating or negotiating the purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require closed session. A motion was made by Alderperson Furkey, seconded by Alderperson Kellogg to go into closed session. As noted above, a roll call vote was taken with all voting in the affirmative. That motion carried. Item B, in closed session, as noted above, the committee discussed the collective bargaining strategy. Item C, the committee may adjourn in closed session or return to open session to make any necessary recommendations. The committee did not return to open session. The committee adjourned at 6:05 p.m. That is my December 1st Human Resources Committee report. I also have another report from tonight, December 15th. The Human Resources Committee met at 5 p.m. today, Tuesday, December 15th, in the third floor conference room at City Hall. All members were present except for Alderperson Stack. Also present were Beth Buchanowitz, Dave Kirkman, Jake Mathias, Travis Shalinski, and Alderpersons Terry Dolan, Greg Hepp, and Lee Thao. Item 1 was calling to order. The meeting was called to order at 5 p.m. by Chairman Todd Furkey. Item 2, to discuss and approve a tentative labor agreement with AFS-CME Local 1075, the DPW, for base wages in 2016. A motion was made by Alderperson Furkey, seconded by Alderperson Kellogg, to approve the tentative labor agreement with the AFS-CME Local 1075 DPW for a 0.73% increase in the base wages in 2016. That motion carried. See attachment 1. Item number 3, to discuss and approve a tentative labor agreement with the Asset Group for base wages in 2016. A motion was made by Alderperson Furkey, seconded by Alderperson Kellogg, to approve a tentative labor agreement with the Asset Group for a 0.73% increase in base wages in 2016. That motion also carried. See attachment 2. Item number 4 was adjournment. A motion was made by Alderperson Furkey, seconded by Alderperson Kellogg to adjourn, and that motion carried. The meeting adjourned at 5:05 p.m. With that, I would offer these reports for approval.
Good motion. Motion to approve by Furkey. Is there a second? Second by Thao. Any further discussion? Seeing and hearing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Move into item number 12 on our agenda, which is miscellaneous reports. Item 1 is the McMillan Memorial Library, held October 21st. Item 2 is Wisconsin Rapids Ethics Board, held November 12th. Item 3, the Treasurer's Monthly Report for October. Item 4, the South Platte County Airport Commission, held November 9th, 13th, and 19th. Item 5, the Wisconsin Rapids Housing Authority, held October 28th. Item 6, the Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department Organizational Summary for November. Item 7, the Park and Recreation Commission, held October 5th. Item 8, the Waterworks and Lighting Commission, held November 11th, and special meeting held November 19th. Item 9, the Police and Fire Commission, held November 11th. Item 10, the Wisconsin Rapids Police Department Monthly Report for November. And item 11, the Wastewater Treatment Commission, held December 2nd. Council members, what are your wishes regarding the miscellaneous reports?
I move to accept the reports.
A motion to accept and place on file. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Furkey. Any discussion on the reports? Seeing none, we'll move into a vote. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Item 13 on our agenda is the consideration of a charter ordinance to change the office of city clerk from elected office to an appointed office. See attachment number 3. Council members, what are your wishes regarding item number 13?
I'd make a motion that we postpone this vote because we have two alderpersons that are not here and both felt very strongly, both felt strongly on both sides. So I don't think it would be fair if we make a vote today without having them present. And hopefully we could postpone it for next month.
We have a motion to postpone the consideration of a charter ordinance till January. Was that what?
Yes.
Till January. Is there a second? Second by Dolan?
I second, but with one comment.
Sure,
There
go ahead,
probably
move into
are,
discussion.
people have seen this agenda, so there probably are some folks that might want to be recognized to speak, and we
Okay.
should do that, I would.
Are there any members of the audience that wish to speak on this item this evening? Okay. Seeing none, we have a motion on the floor to consider to postpone the consideration of the charter ordinance till January, and a second. Any further discussion of the members of the body? Alderperson Rayo, you're Give me the half
Yeah,
signal.
I'm just trying to run things through my mind. And I guess we're going to wait till January, but, so we don't need to debate it maybe tonight, but I'd just like to reiterate that I did oppose it last month, and just so everybody knows that I intend to oppose it the next time we vote on it. I just think it should be kept as an elected position, and the people that vote will get a chance to determine who would be there. And I, nothing against the mayor and staff and whatever, but the appointment process, by adding more and more to that, can become more of a closed place up here. It's it could be conceived as, or looked at, kind of circling the wagons around what wants to be done. So I think there's things to look at. So over the course of the next month, council members, review this in your own mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
Yeah, basically, I'm making the motion because you need 6 votes, and you have 2 people absent. So it's difficult to make a fair vote for all those alderpersons to have their input. So that's basically why I'm recommending the postponement.
Any further discussion? Alderperson Dolan?
Just to echo those comments, that's why I seconded. I have no comments this month. I will next month, but
Yeah.
I think we got to have our full force here to vote on this.
Okay. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we got a motion on the floor. Moving to a vote. All in favor? No roll call necessary on this motion. Yeah. All right, we'll do a voice vote and we'll see where it goes. All in favor of postponing, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? We have 1 opposed. If the minutes could reflect, Alderperson Rayom is voting in the negative. Did I capture that correctly? Okay. We'll move into item number 14. I entertain a motion to adjourn. We have a motion. Is there a second? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Stand adjourned. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for joining us.